Okay, chapter 4 is talking about pyramid scheme. What is pyramid scheme? As its name indicates, the pyramid scheme is structured like a pyramid. It typically starts with one person, the initial recruiter, who is on the top of the pyramid. This person employs a second one who is required to invest a certain amount, which is paid to the initial recruiter. In order to make money back, the new recruit must employ more people under him or her. Each of them will also have to invest. If the recruit get more people to invest, he also will make a profit with just a small investment. Generally, it can be called oligarchy. In this story, a pyramid of terms, which may also take the strength of colossal statues, tombs, or office or towers. It's the outwards and visible size of human social pyramid. And the human social pyramid is in turn carried by a less visible natural pyramid. The food chains and all other resources in the surroundings ecology often turns natural capital. This chapter mentions of 6 countries which are Sumer, Easter Islands, Rome, Maya, Egypt, and China. They are separated 3 different colors which look like traffic lights to represent their situation. You can see most of them are in ice or almost die and cannot move. The problem is what they did before. So here it will focus on Rome and Maya's why they gone.
There are many causes to Roman's fall, such as natural capital overuse, disease, corruption, barbarians, and currency inflation. Actually, the decay of Romans have outside and inside reasons. The career of Romans showing a pyramid scheme which three only where they grow. They gather wealth to the central from an expanding periphery. Therefore, when it has reached the maximum demand on the ecology, the civilization is therefore most unstable at its peak. For example, southern Italy and Sicily were well wooded until about 300 BC, but the woods quickly shrank as Rome and other cities grew, making heavy demand for timber, charcoal, and meat. The high level of agricultural activity caused land erosion during Roman times, followed by population collapse and desertion until the late Middle Ages. Like every society, the Romans lurched from crease to crease, making the rules as they went along. Cicero claims that Brutus lent money to a town at an interest rate of 48%. Peasants were dispossessed and driven onto unsuitable land, and the state had to placate the lower orders by handing out free wheat, a solution that became expensive as the urban people increased. At the beginning of the 4th century, it took 4,000 silver coins to buy 1 gold soldier. By the end of the century, it took 100 millions.
The largest city in America during the Roman Empire's heyday was Tally in central Mexico. One of few urban centers anywhere that rivaled the scale of the Roma at the time. Maya had great achievements such as mathematics, astronomy, agriculture, and building. They also developed their own language system, Maya words. But before long, as the cities grew, the jungle died by the storm axe. Cornfields separate and the tree down with a corresponding decline in game. By the middle of the Classic period, only the upper classes was eating much meat in the larger states. As the crisis gathered, the response of the ruler was not to seek new courses, to cut back on royal and military expenses. Now they dig in their heels and carry on what they have always done. This solution was higher pyramid, more power to the kings, harder work for the masses, more foreign wars. In January 1809, the last date was carried, and the great machinery of the long count's calendar ceased to revolt.
According to their presentation, we could know that these two ancient civilizations, Roma and Maya, both fought by politics and environment. For politics, they both had the oligarchies, which means few people own the most power and resource. They made the loot. People who lived on the top level, they work less and enjoy more. The low level people, they had to work much to earn the little resource. That's not social justice for them. The social justice problem lead to the social unrest. For environment, it used too much resource for the top level people, and finally lead to the Alton's natural limit and corpus.